Welcome back to Linux Gameplay Performance, the format where I look at games running on Linux. I do that by playing the game instead of just showing you benchmark graphs, for which I have occasional benchmark videos. I also dive into the graphics menu and test presets to find out how well a game likes the penguin. On today's menu, there's Control, the Ultimate Edition. I already finished this game on Xbox a while back and had a lot of fun, and now it's time to test the PC version to find out how well Raytracing runs on AMD's latest RX 9000 series of GPUs. On the left you see my system information, on the right there's Steam, and the whole thing is rendered on a 1440p monitor at 144Hz. With that said, let's get into the game. What I can immediately show you is how you can skip all the intro videos, except for this splash screen. I'm not a big fan of splash screens, but they make a good source for a video thumbnail. Okay, controls are set up. They already work very much the way I like them, so maybe I've already tested this game on Windows at some point with an older graphics card. Anyway, so we have window, borderless, and full screen. We'll go with borderless, so it makes it easier to switch between windows if I need to. It's running native, no HDR, film grain, I disabled that for better video encoding quality. Field of view, they call it 50%. We'll have to play around with that. Quality presets, we have low, medium, high, and ultra. Let's see, low LOD, I don't like that. Although there aren't very far vistas in this game, it's mostly the house. Texture resolution is medium. That's the lowest it can. What happened? No, there's also low. Okay. But they don't select low, that's interesting. Texture filtering low. Yeah, that's also one of the options that I would like to see at least on medium or high. So I suspect this is 2x, 4x, 8 and maybe 16x. 4x should be the minimum. Modern GPUs, they should be able to handle that without any issues. So shadow resolution, everything's essentially low. Screen space reflections are still on. Okay. Global reflections are off. Post-processing is medium. Oh, there's anti-aliasing. Okay, they use MSAA and no ray tracing. Yeah, that makes sense. Then medium already bumps the texture resolution to high. That's very good. Most of the settings are medium and the highest level of anti-aliasing. That's what we'll start with. Although high should work well too. That's everything on high, still ray tracing off. Oh, shadow filtering is only medium. That's the highest. Interesting. And let's see if ultra enables ray tracing. It doesn't. So what changes? It's volumetric lighting. Okay. And the ray tracing presets. Medium is reflections and transparent reflections, so Windows. High, indirect diffuse lighting, that will certainly be too much. Ray trace contact shadows, debris, and sample count. Oh, that is so cool. So many options. Okay, let's turn that off for now. And the game also does not support FSR. I read in the patch notes that they upgraded DLSS to DLSS 4, but they didn't add FSR or XeSS for that matter. So maybe on Windows you could use OptiScaler to intercept the DLSS calls and map them to FSR, or in my case FSR 4. I might try that. Okay, so let's start with high. No, come on. Let's go with medium. Let's go with medium and work our way up there. VSync is disabled. Perfect. Do I have to accept? Nope. How's the audio situation? Mute copyrighted music. But I think this only really applies to a very specific scene at the very end of the game. So I'm definitely not there yet. Toggle. Toggle is a shield. Shield is a toggle. Okay. Let's start a new game. Yes. I don't even remember where I left off.
This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am.
I've seen this intro scene so many times in Digital Foundry videos.
I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth.
It's like the cake.
They're lying to us.
The cake is a lie.
We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Hello? Anyone here?
This is already a perfect spot to inspect the ray traced, not the ray, the screen space reflections. Yeah, that's something that ray tracing will fix, but we'll not look at that immediately. So I think the engine maxes out at 240 FPS. And almost every movement is accompanied by high frame time spikes. So this is very reminiscent of Doom Eternal. You have a very high frame rate in general, but then it's interrupted by stuttering. I'm not gonna read all the content, just I'd like to move forward. But you know what? Even if it's just on medium quality, just based on the artwork and the design, this looks great.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
I mean, the shadows are low resolution, at least Jesse's shadow. But the environment, the lighting, it's probably baked lighting. But it looks good. I mean, I don't care. It's the result that counts. Oh, I like that you can also stop the sprint when you press the sprint button again. Many games don't do that, so you have to sprint, then stop, and then you can walk again.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them, and they were hiding in plain sight.
Although I'm not reading that stuff, I feel compelled to look at the environments and pick up everything. Oh, here.
Hello?
Here comes the mighty Ahti. If somebody of you knows Enziferum, you know what I mean.
Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, then you are helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, you halauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
This is so funny. I forgot about that part. She thinks something and he immediately reacts to it. So cool. So weird. Oh, right. Wait. We should have walked it. This game is so strange. It's so amazing.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help? Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
It's time to increase the quality. Let's go to high. And unfortunately, there's also no preview. And this brings us into the monitor's refresh rate window. So we're below 144. The neighbor of the beast. 665. Can I disable that? No, I don't think so, right? Yeah, here you see a lot of grain. I'm not sure if that's also part of the Windows version. We'll have to see. But this is a downside of this technology. Not sure what they are using here. But I also think that Alan Wake 2 had a lot of grainy surfaces. But in Alan Wake I was also forced to use FSR. Yeah, I had to. And it was real bad for the image, but it was the only way to play it on a 7900 XT at 1440p.
Shit. Shit.
There's also a lot of aliasing and the fine detail.
Pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
This is a very unstable image. I don't recall it looking that way on the Xbox.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Did you know that this guy is also the voice actor of Alan Wake?
Something's coming.
And it's wicked.
An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Who's that guy? That's the director. But that one? Yeah, quiet my ass.
You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror.
Get the fuck away!
I don't think the gun is the most accurate. That's the stance I'm taking. Okay, let's crank it a little bit more because I want to get to the ray tracing. So the only thing, volumetric lighting, that was the change. 4 times MSA is not enough to calm down the image. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, it's still a high refresh rate experience. But since we're within the window of my monitor's refresh rate, let's enable VSync. I don't think it's 100% smooth though. Maybe it's not engaging correctly? Well, let's continue. It's the reflections that are grainy. Okay.
The hotline.
Oh,
Secure line of communication. Guidance. Reach the hotline.
The hotline. That's the dead end. Okay.
be the man when he's down. Oh, I think now comes the phase where we have to talk to Emily. I might edit that. Let's see how long it takes. What? No, not yet. Okay. Okay. There was the map. Yeah. Okay, let's continue then.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
This is probably copyrighted music. That's why it's not playing. Well, it works for me. Oh yeah. It's sort of the first boss. Oh, shit. Ow! Oh, well, have to watch my health. Bam! Got him.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
It means being a janitor and cleaning up. Just a lot more cool.
Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
Hello? Can you hear me?
I
Are
can.
you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
Yeah, this isn't really smooth.
Talk to me.
Okay, fine. To shut her up.
You deal with the...
We did it before. pushed the hiss out.
Okay, I just skipped that all. A lot of dialogue. I feel like I have to reboot into Windows and also look at the game there. Because the performance is wonky. I have a lot of FPS. But it doesn't feel right. It really doesn't. And VSync is enabled. Is this a good place to test ray tracing? Let's see how many reflections there are. Yeah, there are windows. Okay. Let's try. So I know I'm speeding through this more than usual. Oh, there we go. Oh. Man, Artie is really doing his work. Those are clean windows. Oh, this is cool. Oh, that's music stuff. So in this area, it's very much still playable. Oh, and there's the floor. Yes. Nice. Oh, this really makes a difference. Is it necessary? No, but it's cool. And sometimes things just have to be cool to be fun. It's also very grainy, so this is something that DLSS ray reconstruction could fix, and maybe they implemented that. Well, too bad I bought an AMD card. But then again, I wouldn't be able to have high frame rates on Linux. Okay. But first, before I change anything, let's get down here again. Yeah, it feels a lot better. So the higher the load on the GPU, the smoother the frame rate. So there is some CPU bottlenecks somewhere. Which there shouldn't be. It's a Ryzen 7800X3D. But in this scene at least, just enabling the first level of ray tracing would fix that. And the performance is still high enough. Okay. Let's see. Nope. Display. Let's go to high. Okay, that isn't much worse. Oh, we have reflections here. On the ground, of course. They're still a little bit grainy. And there's a lot of aliasing where the reflections are. So if you look at the left, those tiles, the edges are pretty much cleaned up. And on the right, it's very grainy, very aliased. So that's the denoising. That's not... I don't want to say it's not doing its work. It is, and denoising is very heavy. But that's the drawback. But I wouldn't care. I think I would still play like this. And now it's smooth. So 70 FPS is better than 100 FPS. That's the key takeaway. And lastly, let's go to Ultra. I think that was just the samples count. Well, it still feels better than at 100 FPS. But it's only 50. And I think, yeah, has cleaned up this a little bit. But only in stills in motion, there's still a little bit of aliasing. But it's a lot cleaner. Can we... Oh, well, first of all, let's be crazy. Oops. Now it's like 30 FPS. Yeah, but that's not usable. It's just for science, of course. But let's see what happens if we lower it to 2. So it's more than 1. And that already costs like 10 FPS. No, that's too much. That's probably too much, especially when combat heats up. So, oh, interesting. Wait, wasn't Ultra? Oh no. I'm confusing myself. So high was 1, correct. So I assume that ray trace debris could really be an issue in heated combat scenes with a lot of shiny materials, which the oldest house is just shiny material. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's use that for a while. Okay, let's do what she wants. There. So we can move forward and get into a little bit of a skirmish.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out.
Look, I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there.
Okay, can I go now?
Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
So the grain on the door hasn't changed. That's still the same. So ray tracing doesn't fix that. Okay, let's continue forward a little bit more. See more environments, and then maybe I'll take a brief look at the Windows version. Nope. Okay, that is so confusing seeing the reflection in the windows. I thought there was another guy. Yeah, but I already saw it dip below 60. So ray tracing high is still a little bit too much. Ow! What the? Where? again. Where's that guy? Has to be somewhere up there. No. Huh? Or maybe I'm just a little bit of a dum-dum. Okay. So considering the performance profile, I think if you want to play with ray tracing on high, on this kind of graphics card at 1440p, you can do it with a 60 FPS lock and maybe a gamepad. Because I don't think 60 FPS locked with a mouse feels too amazing. At least not V-synced. But it's doable. But I would probably go down to medium. I don't think the contact shadows make too much. Or add too much. I'm always one to turn down shadows as the first option, but in this game I think the reflections make the majority of the image. Although the indirect diffuse lighting, that's something that I usually like. Yeah, that adds a lot more depth, but that's costly. Yeah, I think this is still good enough. Okay. I don't know. Let's... I think... No, where was it? I'm lost. Oh my god, this is so aggressive. Oh, it was this way. Maybe there's another save point or something. Yeah, up there. Okay, let's clean this place, save, and then I think we're done. For the Linux portion at least. Maybe I'll check Windows. Oh, he's armed. Don't be. That's rude. Armed. Armored. Ah. Ah, punch. Okay, that's it. I can't wait to get back to the skill where you can grab stuff and throw it. Or maybe the skill where my hand aims at the enemies very, very accurately. Okay. I think that wraps up the Linux portion. If I really add another Windows portion, then I'll see you there. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Yeah, I think I'll take a look at Windows. Forget about what I just said. See you in a sec. Alright, now, here on Windows, I've selected the medium preset just to check the behavior with high frame rates. And it's also stuttering. It's not smooth. But maybe it's still just loading something. frame time graph is unstable, but it's somewhere around 5.5 milliseconds. That's okay. Maybe it's still compiling something in the background. Because there wasn't any shader compilation step.
Communications. We're on the right track.
But it feels a little better, maybe? I'm not sure. So I wouldn't count that against Linux just yet. Okay, let's increase to ultra quality. That's what we're here for. So I just want to compare the ray tracing performance. That's not perfect. Still hitching. Sometimes. Doesn't feel like 100 FPS visually. The input response is fine. So we came from there, right? Let's go back to the other area. Why is that guy here? Another one. Whoa. I'm definitely a German, but I demonstrate Canadian aim. Nothing against Canadians, by the way. Just a joke. But I've heard Canadians make that same joke. Now let's ignore that. I was trying to get back to Emily. Yes. No, it doesn't feel 120 FPS. Sure doesn't. Yeah, there was quite a frame time spike. The percent FPS was lower. A lot lower. Dips, some valleys. Okay, so the FPS are around about the same. Let's just check. Let's go with high. That proved to be playable. Did it change the FOV? Ah, you can't do that to me, game. Wait, where was it? Where's the FOV? No, it's 50. Was also 50 on Linux, I know that. Anyway, what's about 80? I think that's higher than on Linux. I think we were in this 70, 75 on Linux. Yeah, now it feels great. That is such a strange behavior. But that demonstrates Control Ultimate Edition on RX 9070 XT with ray tracing. It works. But that is still grainy AF. Okay, now another thing I'd like to test, since we're on Windows, OptiScaler. I've already downloaded the latest version. It's actually just a couple of hours old, and it seems to be, there doesn't seem to be an issue. So let's use all that. Oh, and cool thing, they now have a setup script for Linux, so I might actually check that out. I didn't know that. The previous version didn't. So let's put that all here, open a terminal, and follow those instructions. 1, 1, 2. Nope. Well, oh no, it's called differently now, that's why. Yes. Okay, DXGI 1, AMD Intel 1, and 2. That's interesting. Well, let's try. They say. I suspect we are using DLSS inputs. Okay, we're back here. OptiScaler is enabled, and it doesn't work. FSR exists. Oh, my fault. I still have to select DLSS. Right now it's native. Okay. There we go. And here we have FSR 4. Save. Well, that's native quality. Wait, I can fast travel now, can't I? Yes, let's go. I'd like to compare if this cleans up any of the graininess. Oh, there we go. It's still grainy, but I don't think it's as bad as without FSR 4. But that's native, so let's try. And that's super sampling. That how you do that? So we could go to a higher resolution. I don't want to. Well, the general image still seems to be okay. Now that is a lot grainier now. And it doesn't feel very smooth anymore. Although it's better than native still. But we have still all the spoiling surfaces. If you're just playing, I don't think you would really notice that. But now, since I'm pixel peeping, of course I will. Now that we have upscaling, and this is getting really complicated. Oh, well, maybe I should enable that too. Yeah. Enabling anti-aliasing helps. But it's still hitching. But that... Well, I also have... Or? No, VSync is on. Okay. Maybe... Let's try full screen. And this resolution. Maybe that was the issue? Borderless versus full screen? Nope. No, wrong way. This way? Yes. Well, it's cool that they constantly respawn, so there's always a little bit of combat to test. That's the guy. He almost got me. Okay. Yeah, but that's playable. I'm not sure about all that hitching. But ignoring that, this area, it's smooth. Very, very smooth. Still don't know where to go. That is amazing. So control, I've tried it. I'm pretty sure I tried it on the 7900 XT. And using ray tracing without any viable upscaling, I didn't know about OptiScaler, and it seems that Control Ultimate is relatively newly supported. So that was, I had to use the in-game upscaling, downscaling. Not sure what technology they are using for that. But it wasn't a pretty image, but this is very, very playable. So let's see if we can also enable upscaling on Linux now. Very curious. It's cool that they have the script. So, back in a sec. Quite the operating system jumping we're doing today. So, back on Linux, I have OptiScaler here. I have the Steam version of Control here. Put in all the data. And let's see, how do I open a terminal? This, right click, and set up Linux. Shell, yes, 1. NVIDIA GPU. No, I'm not. Invalid choice. Oh, that's different. No, I'm not. So I have to say no here. Will you try to... Yes, I will try to use DLSS. Let's see if this works. It's curious that they changed the questions. That's the cool thing about Windows. You have all this tooling available for you, available to you. That's the correct way to say it. You have Intel PresentMon, you have something like OptiScaler, all the modding, like Nexus mods. And that's still a little bit more hands-on on Linux, or it doesn't work at all. So right now, I don't have a picture, so it looks like it doesn't work at all. Let's try again. There we go. So, it's working. Okay. Well, that is cool. So this should still be native. Let's go DLSS. Make that bigger. Okay, the highest I can go is FSR 3. Maybe I would have to find the FSR 4 DLLs. But anyway, that's still a step forward. So let's go back to Central Executive and look at the ray tracing and the reflections there. Let's see how well FSR helps. Let's try to take the quick way now. Yes. Okay. So that's native. Let's also make sure, yes, enable that. And then do some upscaling. Okay, yeah, that's very, very grainy, very active. It's not a stable image. It's hitching a lot, again. And that's despite VSync. Okay, but since we have upscaling now, let's go to Ultra. Add a little bit more load. Because as we've learned, the higher the load, the smoother the image. The lower the FPS, the more frames you get. No, not exactly. Okay. 70 is maybe a little bit too tight for heated combat. Let's try to find the compromise. So the only thing that is left is using 2. Okay, but this feels good. Doesn't look egregious. I mean, there's not a lot of aliasing. It's just the reflection, all the ray tracing stuff essentially. This way. Let's get into a little bit of a fight. Hey friends, you miss me? Oh, this is very cool. I like that. I never really looked at OptiScaler on Linux because of the installation procedure. There are ways to execute Windows batch files, but I didn't want to mess around with that. Ah, here we are. Man, those shotguns. Another one down there. Let's quickly take the big ones out. We have him alone. Okay, I still have to adjust the aiming a little bit. The mouse sensitivity. Hey, here we go. Okay. Oh, this is very cool. This opens up a lot of opportunities for older games that are very heavy but don't support FSR. Injecting OptiScaler even on Linux, this is great. This is insanely great. And maybe at some point FSR 4 also works. I like that. I like this is a very good option, and at least until for now, what I've seen, this little demo FSR 3 is holding up very well. I like that. So maybe in the future I will try to find out if we can find the FSR 4 DLLs, maybe not for Control, could be for another game, and see if that works. Because work on Mesa is progressing to make FSR 4 better. From what I could find, I'm not really digging too deep into that, but this is a good first step. So I hope this was interesting. It was very interesting for me, and I hope it also was a little bit entertaining. Catch you in the next one. Bye bye.